Hey guys, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen. You may have seen my Temu unpacking whenever it was recently. So this was one of the new molds that I got. And decisions really. Because this is going to be the final one in the Elemental Dragon series, this one needs to represent Earth. So I've got red, brown, green, grass green. Got this one, says it's azure green. And I've also got, which was in my hand just a second ago. Yes, here it is, coffee. So I think what I'm going to start with is doing the red brown in the head and the tail, kind of blend it up with the coffee and the brown green, and then go out into the wings with the grass green and the azure. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work. Cross everything for me. Yeah, we'll start with the head and the tail with the red brown, which is probably not what I just said. I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't even know what I'm doing out of bed, to be fair. But I have my camera quite a bit higher than I normally do because it's quite a big mold. This is nice. This is a packet. I bought a set of these when I first started doing resin, so probably 3.5 years-ish ago. I got it originally from Amazon. I'll have a look to see if they're still. I'm sure that others of the same type are still available. So I don't want to be too fussy with this because I want to try and blend it with the other colours if I can. These packets have just lasted for ages, but then I haven't really used them a lot. I also don't want to make sure it's not patchy at all. So messy, but not too messy, eh? Drag this down center of the back. So I am going to blend it with the other colours if I possibly can, so I don't want to go overboard with it. This will probably turn out to be a complete and utter disaster, but if you don't try, you'll never know, hey? So I really can't remember what colour I said I was going to do next. So I'm going to go with the coffee. See what this looks like on the mould. I'll probably at some point just start speeding this up. Fast forward it a bit for you. Don't really get too bored. Don't really get bored at all, actually. It's a very awkward position for me to be working in. I can't tell whether you can even see the screen because I'm standing up here. Hoping this is blending in the way I want it to. It was using a nice soft paintbrush to do this. Make sure it all gets worked into the mould. So I will be backing this in black. as many people do. I don't think I've ever tried blending colours before. I think, what did I? I think I tried on the fire dragon, but it's not something I do regularly. So, taking this up the sides so far, but I don't want to totally cover it because I want to go in with the brown green then for the edges. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for that colour. There's my switching sponge there. I'm actually going to tap this over the bin just 1 second to get the loose powder off. Okay, don't do that one yet. That's not what you want. Okay, so what have I got? The brown green. I'm going to take this right up to the edges here. I don't know how much of a difference you'll actually see with any of these powders, but it's worth a try. I don't think I've ever used this colour before at all, actually. I don't even know what it looks like. But we'll find out together. And make sure every little bit is completely covered. And we'll do a little clean up before I start with the next colour. Obviously I'm going to have to pick the mould up at some point to check whether I've got everything covered. I'm trying to make sure my head isn't in the way as well. I'm going to take this down into the bones of the wings. So I'll tidy this up. I'm using far too much powder. It's going everywhere. Okay, what's a little mess between friends, right? Need to make sure that I'm not missing any bits. And I know I keep saying that, but it is kind of important. I'm trying my very best to keep my head, hands, arms, all my bits out of camera shot. You came here to see resin, not the fact that I need to have my roots done. Okay, we're getting there. I'm very nearly at the end of this colour. So I'm going to, got this shoulder, didn't I? Right up into the tip of the wing and down in the veins. No, that's going to be a mess. I'm going to take that off. But I do need to get into the tip here. Okay, so I'm going to go around, check that it's all covered, tap off the excess and come back to you when we're ready to start the next colour. See you in a sec. Hi guys, I'm back. I've got, next part is going to be the grass green. Cleaned up my brush. Kind of hope this works the way I want it to. Things out the corner of my eye. Cats wandering around the garden. Sneaking under my car. Kind of try and blend this out a little again. Just don't want to brush that in too hard yet. It's kind of, it says it's grass green, but it looks more of like a goldy green to me. But doesn't matter. We'll see what we get in the end. This may not be an elemental dragon after all. It may just be a dragon. Put that out a bit. And down here. Just kind of splodge that on a bit. Because I want to work in the other green. Yeah. Clean off my brush again. Got so many brushes laid out, I don't know why I'm cleaning the same one over and over. Suppose it just means I don't have to clean many brushes afterwards. Okay, let's hope this goes well with that. Kind of work it all in together. I think my arm is right in the way there, isn't it? Yes, it is. So I'm just going to work this in, making sure all the little bits and pieces are covered. Looks like a totally different colour in the pot, but then when I'm doing this, I'm going to get, the wings are going to be two totally different colours by the looks of it. I put too much of the lighter powder on the other wing. It doesn't matter. A dragon is a dragon. They're always beautiful no matter what colour they are. I'm going to make sure that everything's covered, work it all in, and I will be back when I've got my resin mixed up. See you very soon. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. I've got my resin mixed up. I've got about 270 grams of the Resin Pro Eye Crystal, which is 180 grams of resin and 90 grams of hardener. Don't know if that's going to be enough, I suspect not, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm just going to use black mica powder. There we go. Which I think I got from Amazon. So move this out of the way. I need to work fairly quickly with this because when you mix this amount of resin, unless your resin is a deep pour, then it does get hot very quickly. And I don't really want to have a flash cure on my hands again. Yeah, it's mixing in okay. Plenty dark enough quite a few lumps of powder still in there. So what I'll do is I'll move this across so you can see. To help the bubbles burst as they come to the top. Quite dark in here. I think it's going to rain again. We had a lot of rain this morning. And then the sun came out, so all it's really done is make it even more muggy than it already was. But it looks like the rain's coming back again. Okay, just give that another squirt because I can still see some bubbles of powder. I should have mixed the powder with the isopropyl alcohol before I put it into the resin, but as usual, I had a brain fart. So we seem to be pretty much there now. Still a couple of bubbles popping up, but I'll let that stand for a second because I want to give this a quick squirt. I want to make sure that the resin gets into the detail in the head and the spines just down here. It's not actually overly detailed, which is a good thing when it comes to bubbles or no bubbles. Okay, I think we're about as there as we're going to get. I'm going to start in the head. You probably notice I've actually popped the mold onto a board. This is just to make it easier for me to move it over onto my heat mat once I've poured the resin. Here we go. Just run down there. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to make up quite a bit more resin. 270 grams is clearly not enough. I don't think it'll be a lot more, but I see a bubble there. A powder bubble. In fact, I can see a couple of them. Actually, where's my pointy thing gone? Sorry, mumbling again. Pointy stick. Kind of get that powder bubble up to the surface and burst it. And there's another one here. Other than that, it seems pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to need to mix up probably another 100 grams. So I will move this over onto the heat mat, mix up some more resin, top up the mould, and I will see you for the demold. Bye. Hi guys, back and ready for the demold. Got everything crossed for this one. It did shrink a little in the mould, and I could have really filled it a bit more, but it's okay. Trying to loosen the edges. It's coming away reasonably easy. The smaller bits like these are going to be slightly more difficult, I think, but no, actually coming away easier than I expected. Why's the mold feel damp on the back? It's weird. So I've got everything crossed for these colours to have worked the way I hoped. The mould has come away clean anyway, so that's a bonus. So here we go. Wow. I'm actually very, very happy with that. The brown didn't cover too well here. Don't know how well you can see that, but it's okay. We got the greens going through at the various different browns, and I did notice that he actually had a tang through there, so I'd cleaned that off, and I used this kind of wine red, closest thing I had to a real red. I thought it would go quite well with the colours anyway. But yeah, overall, I'm very, very happy. So I'll get him out in the sunshine, get some photos, and hope you enjoyed that. It's not 100% perfect. It's more green than browns, but the colours show up reasonably well on the screen. Not quite as well as I'd hoped, but yeah, overall, very, very happy. So he's going to go out in the sunshine, get some photos, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.